Hey everyone, Dan here. So today we are going to take a look at how to take apart, fully disassemble the slide for a Taurus PT111 Millennium G2. So I've done a lot of looking online, haven't been able to find a video of how to do it, so I figured I would make my own. Apologize, I'm getting over a cold, so we'll see see how well this goes. Just bear with me. I've only taken this apart one time, and it was a little while ago, so I may stumble through a couple parts. And of course, you know, anytime you're dealing with small parts, there's a good chance you might stumble through it. Anyway, gun is obviously cleared, unloaded, no mag. So, for those of you that don't know, the easy way to take the slide off, if you hold it this way and give it a little squeeze, pull the slide back, pull the two takedown pins down, and pull the trigger, and it comes right loose. So we're going to set that aside because we're not going to deal with that today. So your basic field strip, pull out your spring, your barrel, and that's it. Alright, so we're going to set these aside as well. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do is remove the back plate. Let's see here. So if you see the plastic, the little plastic sleeve in here, you need to take and press it towards the front of the slide. You can see it moves just a little bit. And if you look really closely right here, let me see if I can get it to focus here. You can actually see that go away and clear the area, so you can slide this out. And it comes right out. As I get it stuck. There we go. So that is your back plate. Let's put that in my parts. Okay, so so when you want to go to take the sleeve out, give this just a little push, and it will move this forward enough for you to get behind it, and then just slowly work it out. Alright. So here's your firing pin and spring assembly. Now I'm not going to take this apart, but just to show you, this actually right here is two pieces. So to get that apart, I guess I can go ahead and take it apart. You pull down on the spring. Oh, there it goes. So one piece just fell down, and you see now it is in two pieces right here. So go ahead and pull that out. And here are the two halves. So that just locks it inside the spring. So set those down. Then your spring and your firing pin. This gun was recently fired, and I still have not cleaned it. I'm actually taking this apart because I am going to be Cerakoting the slide. So let me go ahead and see if I can. Thought that looked a little different. See if I can get this back together. Gotta love springs. So as I'm sure you guys have noticed, missing a few fingers. I was born that way, though I may tell people other ways, but so, you know, makes things extra interesting trying to maneuver around and deal with small springs like this. So you see there's a ridge on this. Put the smaller side inside the spring. Put it back together. There you go. So now it is locked back together. And you're good to go. Put that in my parts. Okay, back to the slide. Next, we are going to remove the extractor. Alright, so if you see right here, focus, there is a small pin, and then there's also this one. So grab my punch. So this, both of these, smaller one, need to be depressed slightly for the ejector to come out. There we go. A little tap. Okay, you see how it's now loose. Yeah, be careful because this is actually a little I'll show it to you here. Okay, so there's your ejector. Let's go ahead and turn that over. Okay. And then, okay, alright, so you see there's a little spring in here, which I'm going to remove. There is a small spring inside this little piece. This is the part that we had to push down. That went into this hole. And then the barbell looking piece also has a spring. That one went into the larger hole. Okay. Okay, so here is that smaller spring. Alright, let me put these parts in. Okay. Alright, so now we're working our way through it. Alright, the next thing we are going to remove is the loaded indicator. So mine needs a little bit of redotting on this side. The red is almost gone. Alright, so there's a small pin right here that we are going to pop out of here. I believe this one we come from this side. So you see it's flush on that side, hole on that side. Okay, see it's starting to come out. Just work it the rest of the way out. There we go. Alright, so right now my punch is holding this in. So I'm going to hold it down just so it doesn't pop out. There is, yet again, another spring. Here is the keeping pin there. Put that in my parts. So this just lifts out. This is what that looks like. And then the very small spring to go with that. Okay. This is what the inside of that looks like. Alright. Now on to the hard part. So as I'm sure you know, the Millennium G2 Taurus, as well as many other Taurus, has their Taurus security system. So, with that, there are a few small pieces, and it is a lock. So it might fight you a little bit, because if it's not turned the right way, it doesn't want to come out. I guess first let me go ahead and take off my sights here, my rear sights. So there's just a small screw in the center. Okay, small screw. And then this is just dovetailed in, and we'll just slide right off the side. Alright, so you see that unveils a couple other pins and such in there, so even more fun. Alright, so the Taurus security system, it's definitely tricky to get out. Trying to remember exactly how I got it out, but to show you how it works, they supply you with this key. Has use this end and put it in here, and I don't know if you can see in there, but there is a little cylinder that's got a notch in it. So when you turn it, maybe this is the best way here. This is unlocked, and when you turn it, it puts the fully round side in the way of the firing pin, and then also raises up this little plunger. So that is what is stopping it. And then on your firing pin, that part fills that and won't let this move. It locks it in place, hence the lock. So with this, there is a very, very tiny ball bearing that you have to not lose. When I first took this apart, I didn't even know it was there, and it stayed in the gun, which was even worse, because again, I didn't know it was there, and then it fell on the table. So I didn't know where it came from. Yeah, so be careful. There is one there. See if we can remember how to get this apart. Okay, so to pause it there and take a look at this. So this, I'm going about this the wrong way. So this piece is actually just sitting in here as a pin, and the sights hold it down. So still struggling getting it out, but I don't know if a little bit of gravity will help. But as you work it here, you slowly, you see it stick out a little bit further. Sorry, get under the camera. Comes out just a little bit further. I may need to go get some tweezers. Let me see if I can. There we go. Alright, so now, if you can see that, see it's sticking out a little bit further now. Might be able to get a little grip on it. So again, just be very careful. There we go. Very, very tiny pieces. Put that in my parts immediately. Okay, so remember, there is the little ball bearing you need to be very careful not to lose. Okay, so now with that pin removed, this spins all the way around. That pin is what stops it and locks it into place. So I believe the last time I took this out, I actually used the key to get a little bit of a bite on this and kind of, yeah. So if you take it and give it a little bit of pull to the side, it'll bite in, and you can actually pull a little bit. There it goes. Okay, so when I just did that, and I pulled it out that little bit, let me hold it in here, this plunger just released because I pulled it out. So let me, again, I believe the bearing is on this side. Okay, so here is your lock. So that is that notch I was telling you about, that when you rotate it, it puts itself in the way and allows parts not to slide. Okay. Notice I'm being very careful not to lose anything here. So here is another one of the plungers. You see another tiny spring. And then also back on this piece, on the actual lock, you see the little dimple right over here? That, I believe, is what that little tiny bearing slips into to lock it in place, or to give you that feel of a notch. So, I can hear it. There it is. Give you an idea. That is how small that is. Do not lose that. All right. Okay. All right, so now that is out. The only thing left on here is the front sight post, which is very simple. There is a little flathead screw there. And keep in mind, when you take this all apart, you're going to have to sight your gun back in. Okay. All right, and there is the parts to your front sight post. Very, very simple. And that is it. There is nothing left that I know of on this. The next thing I'm going to do is Cerakote this, and when I'm finished, I will show you how to reassemble, hopefully with very little heartache, and see how it goes. I do plan, I haven't completely decided yet, but I think when I'm done, this slide's going to get Cerakoted burnt bronze, and I am going to probably color fill this in black. Gonna leave everything else black, the loaded indicator, the ejector, sights are going to stay black. I'm going to redot those red, the safety indicator there. But yeah, we'll show you how it turns out, and we'll check it out. All right, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I know I have a lot of car videos on my channel, so if you like cars, definitely give it a subscribe. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.